Once FBA is completed, there are three strategic approaches to intervention. Which of these is not one of those strategic approaches? A, alter antecedent variables. B, teach alternative consequences. C, alter consequent variables. Or D, teach alternative behaviors. B is our correct answer. Teach alternative consequences. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. The things that we can do are pretty simple. And this is one of those questions that if we catch the knot, it's easy, right? How could we possibly teach alternative consequences? We can't. Like when we think about that logically, it doesn't really make sense. So when we're asking, what is this question asking me? We can say any of these realistic. Alter antecedent variables, very realistic. Alter consequent variables, very realistic. Teach alternative behaviors to access those same functions, absolutely. Teach alternative consequences, eh. So when the function of the problem behavior has been identified, intervention can really consist of three approaches: altering antecedent variables, which I strongly suggest, especially for negative reinforcement functions that we consider, because it's going to be a lot more powerful than altering consequent variables when we're talking about negative reinforcement. We can alter consequent variables and we can teach alternative behaviors. So altering antecedent variables can be changing or eliminating the motivating operation for the problem behavior and the discriminative stimuli that trigger the problem behavior. So what are the discriminative stimuli that are regularly occurring directly before the behavior? And also, especially for negative reinforcement behaviors, so for escape. Why does the person want to escape? We can change the motivating operation for the problem behavior by altering the variables that exist in the environment. This is a really powerful way to make someone's environment more pleasing all around, to have a socially valid intervention, and really not to put the onus on the person, especially when we're talking about autistic learners. And again, I use identity first because that's what the community has asked us to use. It's not putting the onus on the autistic person to change. It's instead changing the environment to better suit their needs. And then altering consequent variables. So identifying a source of reinforcement to be eliminated for the problem behavior, and then provide the reinforcement for an alternative behavior instead of for the problem behavior. The second part of this, provide the reinforcer for alternative behaviors instead of for the problem behaviors. This is tough because it requires an extinction procedure. So I think we have to be careful in our operation and our use of that. There are lots of good publications about using extinction kindly and using better forms of extinction. And I think reading through those can be really helpful. And teaching alternative behaviors. So provide a reinforcer that previously maintained the problem behavior contingent on a new alternative behavior. We can also select appropriate behaviors that serve the same function to increase. This is me asking for reinforcement. Well, potential reinforcement.